For today's You Bijou, we are going to do a tangle called Opus, and this is a lovely mono tangle in that the tangle itself will fill the whole tile. So I'm just using a Bijou tile. I'll start with the usual corner dots and the border, and as usual, I'm going to invite you to pause if you have not already. Set your intention. Maybe put your feet on the ground, taken a couple breaths, and created your space so that it's comfortable for you and you have everything you need. Normally I have a cup of hot tea or a cup of coffee when I'm doing this. Today I have cold tea, herbal tea, and it's really delightful, kind of a fun change. So Opus is kind of a combination of a bunch of tangles, but when you put it all together, it creates this really cool tangle. So we're going to start with almost like a fescue. And I'm starting from the corner. And I'm going to retrace that line a little bit. I'm going to draw another one, and it's going to connect. And I think we'll do one more. Retrace the line a bit. And have it connect. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. And they don't have to be quite this like aligned or straight. Like you can add some curve to your lines if you wish. Apparently today I am not feeling the curvy lines. I'm coming very straight off the center. And again, retrace. And then I think we'll leave that alone there. Maybe actually I'm feeling called to do one more. I want it to go this way. I'm going to do one more swirl. You don't have to do this. If you want it to be more symmetrical, you can leave it as it was. I just feel like I want another tangle there. So our next step is to aura around the whole thing, including the little areas in here. So I'm going to draw an aura. Like that. And then I'm going to do the inside of this first, but we will also go around the outside. So just, we're creating these auras around all these shapes. I'm going to do one more here. I did not mean to touch that. I'm going to actually do that. And then I'm going to come around and tangle on the outside, auraing. So then that will take me over here. And then we'll do the same thing. I'm going to do the inside spaces first. I have bigger space in that one. I can make the aura a little bit more full. And then coming around the outside. And then everything else that we're doing for this is to leave the aura, but to put tipple, leave the aura, but put tipple in all these little spaces. So if you just kind of pick one at the bottom, it should be easy to navigate where you're filling with tipple and where you're leaving the space. So this tangle is called tipple, the one we're doing now, where you just have a series of circles that touch, they're various sizes. So this tangle is kind of like tipple and fescue combined. This one just feels like a easy way to fill this whole thing with just a row of orbs. But now that I have more space in here, we can add that in. I could have put this around here and just with the orbs the way they are, I think I'm going to, because you won't be able to tell that I added that spot. So I'm gonna create the orbs going up, but I'm gonna do the same thing here. In that I can extend that out, just so the aura is a little more accurate to the space. Same thing here. Create the orbs going up the row. And you can definitely take more time. Sometimes when I'm teaching, I draw a little bit faster than I normally would, just so that you don't have to sit and watch me draw. But you can always fast forward or pause if you need to. If I'm going too fast, there's like a tricky balance there. But that's where the pause and even faster timed settings you can do and play with it so that it works best for you. Okay, so this is filling in nicely. In these outer spaces, it'll be easier to adjust the size of the orbs a little bit easier. When there's more space, you can draw some bigger orbs along with the smaller orbs. And then this whole outside space is also all tipple. And that's what I mean when I say when there's more space, you can adjust the size of the orbs a little bit more and have some bigger or some small. I feel like my depth perception is feeling off today. Some of these orbs are connecting harder to connect for me today. So taking your time, reminding again, when we draw these orbs like this, especially when I'm going this fast, there's a tendency to grip my pen maybe tighter than I want to. So just a reminder to relax your grip, maybe turn on some music and just enjoy this pocket of time that you have for yourself. Big orb there. I feel like with this one, we'll do something a little different with the border. Once we're done with the tipple here. So I don't usually do a lot of shading with this one. You could shade in here or shade around the outside, and maybe I'll shade around the outside, we'll see. But I think for the border, just because of the way the aura is with this tangle, I'm going to draw it in pen. And then I'm going to aura it similar to how we auraed this. And I have room on my edge to do that. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of space. Aura around. Like that. Now, there's not a ton of space for me to put my chop here, but I see this orb that's bigger than the rest. And so I'm actually going to sneak my chop into that orb just for fun. You could put it on the outside edge or sneak it in anywhere, but I kind of like the idea of it being in that circle, that orb. I'm going to darken the outside of that orb so that I can find it. It's kind of subtle, but pops it out just a little bit more. So this is Opus, is the name of the tangle. B-U, Bijou, the date, and your signature. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me. Bye.